So what I got here is the common oyster mushroom. Other names include cottonwood head or the wood mushroom, which is interesting. But these are edible. They grow pretty big. This is about the size they get usually for edible size. When they get a bit too big, too large, they get really chewy and fibrous, kind of fibrous. Just like they get really tough. They're harder to chew. But this one, oh, and they smell amazing. This one is perfectly fresh. Something you should go out and look for. The common places where they grow are on cottonwood trees, alder trees, and other deciduous trees. I have only found them on cottonwood, so hence the name cottonwood head mushroom. But they grow on, they'll grow on stacks on top of each other. We've got other ones right here. Kind of like this. A bunch will be piling on top. They call them oyster mushrooms because the flavor is kind of oyster-like, but it's more so, I think, the texture. The texture is kind of meaty. It's delicious. I love oyster mushrooms. They're one of my favorite mushrooms. I'm so happy to have found the bountiful amount that I have this year. Beautiful, beautiful mushrooms. Another thing you should know is they have a white spore print. And the gills come all the way from the top, straight down, and they go up the stem. Now these mushrooms don't really have much of a stem to begin with. They sit on the tree just like this. But they go up the little stem that they have. I'll show you another example. You can see right there how they go all the way down to the bottom of the stem. Now, this one's a little dirty, but still could be good eatings. And at the top, you see all that white? That's the spore color because they've been stacked on top of each other, dropping spores on top of the other caps. Now these mushrooms have been used pretty much all Native American, Native Canadian tribes from the lands here. They would boil them a lot of the times, then fry them, but either way, they were used for food all the time, as they still are to this day. I hope you go out, look for some oyster mushrooms, do your research, search responsibly, don't eat any random mushrooms you find. Once you're positive of your identification, give it a little bite. Do not eat mushrooms raw, especially the oyster mushroom. Some people get allergic reactions from eating oyster mushrooms raw, so always cook them well, and enjoy a good, delicious flavor of the oyster mushroom. Have yourselves a good day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace! Oh, this is gonna be good.